of 999 show sketchbook watercolors art. And tonight we're going to try and do this little bird, do a sketch of this bird. We'll see how we do. We're going to do the sketch right now. And it's called a killdeer. It is native to Eastern Oregon. I'm in Western Oregon. It's in Eastern Oregon. And so we're just going to try and do the sketch here. Let's see, what am I going to do? Let's see. And I don't not have my gum eraser, so hopefully we do this without any errors. Oh, look how long, it's got a big long pecker. You see that? So its head kind of like that. And maybe like that. Oh, it's not going to look anything like it. My sketching sucks. So we'll just do this out like here, like that. All right. Let's see if I can. Wish I hadn't lost my gum eraser. I don't know where I lost it to. I can see that this is already the most boring show on YouTube. It's a little bit more rounded. Yeah, look, that looks a little bit more rounded. All right, so it's got a little bit of a leg here, goes like that. Trying to draw the picture. Got a foot. And kind of goes out there. All right, well, you know what? It's not perfect, right? I never did say that I was good at drawing. Fact is, and if you're new here, well, you're going to get the story again. I failed drawing twice. Actually, 3 times. I failed it twice in high school and once at the college level. You know, not like a, not like an F failure. More like a C minus failure, or like a Bill, you're no good at this kind of a thing failure. So we're just going to draw it like that. And now, so it looks like this guy's on the ground. So we're just going to kind of pencil in the ground here. Like this. And we'll make the little killjoy. And then we'll refer back to the picture occasionally. And that's what the killdeer is. It is native to this part. Welcome, Silzanel. Welcome. And so it is, I live in the state of Oregon, like right there. Right there. That's where I live. And this bird is native to this area. So we're going to put this aside. And I'm going to get started working on it. So it's got the color schemes here. So I'm going to use, as a base, we will use yellow ochre and some watercolor. We're doing watercolor tonight. Watercolor. And this here is a Van Gogh pocket box. It's a 15 color pocket box. This is student grade painting. It's a paint art. So I'm going to put this right here. And we're going to get to, I got the page marked, so we're going to get to work on this. And so I'm going to do my name is 999 Show, and this is Sketchbook Watercolors. And you can call me Bill if you want to call me something. Otherwise, that's what we use that now. So let's see. Let's take a look at the. I don't know. I'm not very good at drawing. I wouldn't say that. So let's start with the little eyeball. And I guess I'll just use this small brush. It's got a red, red around the. Okay, so right around the. Around here is red, and then the rest of the eyeball there is black. So what is there any place else on here that's red? Well, we'll just put this red in here. It's fine. Into the ground, and then we'll use it later. Because I want to, let's see. And then we got the beaky. We're going to start in, we're just going to use this burnt umber. No, actually that's burnt sienna here. Yes, this is what I'm trying to do. It's a bird. It's called a killdeer. It is native to eastern Oregon. Kind of northeastern Oregon. Now, what color did I just grab? Okay, it's the beak. We're going to be making the little beaky. So we'll do kind of a dark color. Kind of a little bit more there. Kind of penciling that in. And maybe its head looks like it needs some more head. So we will kind of put more head in. Yeah, we're trying, man. I'm trying. And so it's got white and part of it. It's got this pattern here. So we're trying to paint this pattern here of this eyeball-y. Kind of just, I'm just roughly sketching this in here. There. And maybe it's more like here. There we go. That's close. So it has a, looks like it's like this. Okay. Now we got all that white there. I don't exactly have white. I guess I'll have to just leave it white there. Okay. Then it's got this band of black. So we'll come in here. We'll use a Payne's gray. And we're making this band here. This comes up here. And another band. Kind of comes up here like that. And then I think, was there any more darker color like towards the end of the tail there? Like that. And okay. So this is like a first time for me trying to do something really exacting. More exacting. And okay. And then we got a little bit of the black right in here on this little eyeball-y. There we go. Let's give it a little bit more. There we go. That looks pretty cool like that. All right, so then we're going to just show, okay, so about this little wingy here is here. And so it's got like we use this yellow ochre here. Trying to get a sense of the feathers. Okay, so I don't think I need the book here, so I'm going to come back and yeah, thank you. It is a 3-year-old. I'm 3 years old. But you know, I know that my 7-year-old niece could probably do this better. 8-year-old niece, but she's also an artist genius. So would you be able to do better, Mr. Godfrey? You be able to do as well, as good as a 3-year-old? Mm-hmm. We're just gonna put the bird back here. So you can't do as good as a 3-year-old then. All right, well. Well, it's lucky, Mr. Godfrey, that you are watching a 3-year-old do art. That's what we are here. This is 3-year-old art. 3-year-old art. So maybe I should put that in the title. It's a 3-year-old. We're doing 3-year-old work. Work of a 3-year-old. I did say earlier on, Mr. Godfrey, that I failed drawing. And so I did. I've talked about it on this channel multiple times about how I failed drawing in high school. And I failed drawing when I took drawing in a college level course as well. But you know what? I always wanted to paint. And so I did not paint because I failed drawing. And then I got to be about 40 years old, 45 years old, actually, more like it. And I said, to hell with not knowing how to draw. I'm going to learn how to paint. And so I started. So I started learning how to paint. I'm almost 60 years old now, and I've been painting for quite some time. And as time has come on, I have picked up sketching and along the way. So you can learn how to do some stuff like this. Now, my feathers suck. I do realize that. But I'm just going to try for something here. What I do best, Mr. Godfrey, if you're still here, what I do best is landscapes. And so this here is, I think, a little bit beyond a 3-year-old's ability to draw and paint. But I'm okay with being as good as the average 3-year-old. Let's layer this color in here. All right, that's pretty cool, actually. I need like a holder or something. I don't want to block out the bird, you know. I'm usually want to do this stuff really fast, quick and dirty. Trying to get that texturing here like it has feathers. I think I want to go to a darker color. Take a little bit of this, and then we're going to add it in there to get some this reddish brown. Let's put this in here. Kind of make the feathers. Since I don't really have any really working white in the watercolors, I think I'm going to go grab my, I'm going to get closer towards the end here. I'm going to go grab my acrylics and lay in the white as far as for that is concerned. And that way I can define some of these places with define the white spaces with actual titanium white. Now, if you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Now, art is not the only thing I do on the 999 show. I also do talk on poetry. This is National Poetry Month, and so on Sunday afternoon, I'm going to be doing I have this spot called After Church Chat, but this month we're going to be celebrating poetry for National Poetry Month in the Chapel of Poetry. I know poetry is a buzzkill because I know that nobody likes poetry, but you know what? I don't give a rat's ass if people don't like poetry. That's fine. And then if the poetry shows up in your feed after you subscribe to my channel and you think, you know, I really don't like this guy who's got the poetry, so I'm just going to go push unsubscribe. Or you come up and you say, oh, you know, I really don't like this this tarot show that you're putting on, that you're interviewing people who we're doing tarot art and stuff like that. So just to know that I do a lot of other things besides just drawing on this channel, and so that's just to forewarn anybody who subscribes to my channel when they see me do art and then getting kind of disappointed or whatever. I don't know what's going on when it's something else entirely comes up in their feed. What's this bird look like the rest of the way? Oh, it was white on the underside. All right, so we're gonna have some more. Some of these darker tones coming in here. Kind of like that. Kind of make it seem like it has feathers. The illusion of feathers. There we go. I need to turn those damn notifications off. Why do I need to have notifications about gameplay? I don't understand that. Let's put some of this darker burnt sienna over here. Kind of add in some of that just to get some variety, just some definition. I'm not going to be able to put those patterns of the wings and so forth, but you know, it's a bit more than. What color are the legs? Those are kind of like an off-white. So if we go with maybe a yellow, yeah, I think like if I go and mix this right on here with the yellow, and then I go back over it with another color, I think that we can make it seem like it's a. Here we go. It's not exactly that color. You know, the beauty about doing this painting here tonight is that it takes my mind off of the fact that I had oral surgery the other day and my mouth hurts. I've had too much Advil and Tylenol. Okay, here we go. We're coming in with this Chinese white over here to try to shore up to make it that kind of, it's got a lot of light coming in over here. All right. So that's pretty much, I think, the bird. I think it kind of looks like that. So let's just work on the background now. Maybe even the legs look like the bird too. And then I'll do the background. Then I'll come back in and, like I said, I'll come back in and do some, if we get some more just discoloration down here on its facey face, around the eyes. There we go. How's that look? It looks pretty close. I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, different. I mean, I don't have this part over here. It looks kind of bad. So it needs some different coloration coming in down here. There we go. And we're just gonna have to go back over it with that color. So let's do a background. I guess it doesn't really matter what color the background is, right? We can do like a greeny thing. Turn this thing around, and I'm gonna make a greeny color. All right, more 3-year-old art. And here with this blue, got this blue in here. We're gonna add in just a little bit of this sap green. And we're gonna tone that color down. Just add a lot more water in it. A little bit more water. Maybe just a tad bit of yellow, just to add that light in there. Let's see, what color was that in the background? Kind of a greenish, yellowish, greenish color. Okay, a little bit more yellow. And just come and put this in here. We'll dab it in there to get some texturing here. So this is part of the drawing. That's the sketch that's not all that exciting. You're just not really doing anything. You're just sort of kind of filling in the color. Trying not to hit the bird, hit the object. Now, maybe tomorrow night, this is a drawing that I'm going to do soon. I took this picture of a UFO several years ago, about 10 years ago, and so that is something that I want to paint that UFO. My altar sticks are kind of falling down. Oh, everybody's left. All right. Everybody's gone home. This means I need to finish this up fast. Add some more greeny to it. More yellow. Okay. Let's put some more white in that, more water in that, just to kind of change the colors in here. So now I got like different colors going on. And we can just move it and add more water, kind of scrub things and move it around a bit. The paper is really saturated with water here. You need to be very careful. Look at this. I've been holding the brush like it was a brush and not a pencil. You know, it's taken me years to be able to do that. Hold the brush like it's a brush and not a pencil. You know, believe it or not, you actually have more control over what you do by coming back, holding back like this. Especially if you want to texture things out. Kind of like this bouncy kind of a brush strokes because it makes like some natural variations. I still have, I've been doing watercolor for about 3 months now. Just almost, yeah, 3 months for the most part. And you went to track back on my channel and you go back 4 months and you would see that I've been getting better, but you would see the journey of going on a journey with somebody who's learning how to do something at the same time that he is entertaining others. You know what I'm thinking about right now? I'm thinking about, when I get done with this, having a donut that I have in my freezer. I really shouldn't have the donut because I'm semi-diabetic, so the donut I really shouldn't have. But I did have my diabetic medication. I don't need insulin or anything. I'm on other things. I'm in the diabetic range, but not. Well, I don't know. I could be diabetic now for all I know. It's been 6 months or so since I last was tested, so. Alright, so let's come in and see what, not that you guys care about that. So what does the ground look like? It has more of a, just looks like a yellow brown dirt. Okay. We come up over here, the old yellow ochre. I'm just going to put that in here, tone things down a bit. I think I want to add a little bit of red into this. But maybe what we'll do is I'm going to put this in here, dab it in. And the color, and then we'll come back over and get a different color altogether. And we'll just mix, and so as the layers dry, we'll get the different coloration of the dirt. Look at this, and I think I might even get this whole drying done in under 40 minutes. If I go after my acrylics to do the white, then it will go over the 40-minute time. But if you're watching this on the replay, I'm sure you figured out by now that you could speed it up in order to get a nicer experience. Maybe even turn the volume down, play a video game, or listen to some music, and just have a real good time at it. Let's go into the Chinese white. We're going to add some variations. It'll just sort of dry up. There we go. This thing's almost done. I'm going to do that. Maybe have another little spot in here. Well, hello, Mr. Oakley Bean. It has been. It's been like since right after Christmas, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I would think it was right around New Year's. Sort of a Christmassy. No, it's not. It's actually a where's my bird book? This is this bird. It's called a Killdeer bird. Killdeer bird. It's native to northeastern Oregon. So, birds of Oregon. I'm an Oregonian, as I've mentioned many, many times on this channel. And so it looks pretty close. It looks pretty close, don't you think? I don't know what it is. It is it's probably it is let's see, snowbird. Okay, it's technically classified as a shorebird, but lives in dry habitats instead of the shore. Often found in vacant fields, gravel pits, driveways, wetland edges, or along railroad tracks. The only shorebird that has two black neck bands known to fake a broken wing to draw intruders away from the nest. And once the nest is safe, the parent will take flight. Nests are just a slight depression in a dry area and often hard to see. Hatchlings look like miniature adults walking on stilts. Soon after hatching, the young follow their parents around and peck for insects. Gives a loud and distinctive killdeer call. Migrates in small flocks. So there we go. That's what it is. So it's like compared to a spotted sandpiper. Let's see, page 143. So it's kind of like this bird, similar to this one. And in this one is the spotted sandpiper is on the coast, which is very, very close to where I live, very, very close to the Oregon coast. Kind of like, if I were to point it out on the little mappy map here, kind of like there. That's about where I live, about there. All right, so we were just doing some ground here, making it so it stands out from the ground. Putting some different coloration in here. Not bad. Not bad at all, Mr. Oakley. It's as good as the average, any average 3-year-old could do. Ow, that hurts. My tooth hurts. Ow. Take care of your teeth. So don't have to go and be an adult and have them pulled out because they would go bad on you. Just put a little bit of light in that foot. A little bit of light on this side too. Some light over here. Oh, you can't even see what I see that. I might as well just hold it over here. All right, and work on the beak a little bit more. All right, Yeah, you know, it's not perfect. It's what it is. You can make it look like it has actual feathers here. All right. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to be back tomorrow night to do something else. And thank you for stopping in, Mr. Bean Oakley and Godfrey and everyone else who popped in for a minute or two. It's been a pleasure. And until the next time, we'll have another episode of 999 Show Art. Like and sub if you like my content. If not, don't worry about it. And that's what we did tonight. It almost looks like it, don't you think? It's pretty close. I mean, for me, for being drawing like a 3-year-old, it's not bad for a 3-year-old. 3-year-old art today. All right. All right, that's great. Well, I'm going to probably maybe I'll write down the page number that I got this on. Killjoy, page 157. 157. And it is a Killdeer. Killdeer. There we go. And today's date is 4/4/25. There we go. That's all the information we need. So you guys have a great time. I'll be back tomorrow night and we'll be doing something else. And, well, back at you. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.